hopefully we made the adjustments to at least slow them down so we can get our hands on the ball a little bit.
I suggested to the fellow in the same capacity on the other side of the field that it might just be the team that's ahead at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we can play better defense this time. We've just got to play better football around and hang on to football and just be more consistent on defense.
Thanks, Coach. Have a good second half. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, thank you, Ed. And I'll tell you what, Coach Wacker was one of the more colorful coaches that I've talked to during the week. I asked him what he thought his kids would think about playing in the Metrodome, and he said, well, initially they'll walk in the dome and they'll look around and try to figure out how many bales of hay they can fit in the thing.
You know, I have the feeling he thinks they're a better football team because I think he probably said to his club, Mahnomen played about as well as they can play. You guys can play better. If you play better like you can, we should win the game.
All right, we're just about set for the start of the second half, and Agnew will kick it off once again for Mahnomen. Back deep is Jeff Brown. He's flanked by Andy Lundblad. We've got 24 minutes of football coming up, and hopefully it's just as exciting as that first half. The kick, and this will be taken by Jeff Brown at the 10. Brown looks into the wedge to the 25, out to the 30, finds his way across the 30-yard line to the 33-yard line, and that's where Jackson will take over from there, a 23-yard kick return for Jeff Brown.
That was hard for Jeff to wait on that wedge. He wanted to grab that ball and go, but that's part of the discipline of being a punt or a kickoff returner. You have to let your blocking start to make a formation in front of you before you can actually take advantage of it.
For a team that doesn't do any work during the week on special teams, Jackson is about the best special teams team I've seen out here so far. And there you see what Wade Wacker has done so far in this ball game, 5 out of 9. It's first down, 10 yards to go. The ball on the 33. The give to the first man through, and that's Bruce Johnson. And Johnson has 5 yards. He's taken down by Philip Bruner.
Mahnomen has been doing excellent defensive strategy on that option. And there, Wade Wacker made the right choice, giving it to Bruce, and he was able to cut through the line because at that time they were going to cover the option pitch.
It's now second down, 5 yards to go. And Wade Wacker, the junior quarterback, 6'1", 155 pounds. It looks like he's changing the call at the line of scrimmage again. He'll do this about 40% of the time. This time he keeps it on the option and has the first down out across the 45-yard line. Wade Wacker, a pickup of 7 on the play. Brian Leslie fights back from his nose tackle position along with Tom Miller to make the tackle.
He must know something we don't know here because he ran a play that normally you don't run into the sideline. That's a wide field play. And Wade Wacker came towards the sideline, and then he cut it right upfield. It looked like that, again, Mahnomen and their strategy had that pitch covered, and Wade turned it up for a 7-yard gain.
Wade Wacker scored 5 touchdowns in the game against Redwood Falls this year. The give this time goes to Mike Lloyd, and Mike has to fight hard for 1 yard. Byron Bierge comes up with the tackle.
Byron Bierge has been very, very active today. Hello, kids. How are you?
They're out rooting for Jackson. The ball now on the 46.5-yard line. It's second down and 9 yards to go. They run from the pro set. Short drop back, swings it out, and has his man Andy Lundblad, and Lundblad is hit, but he gets up to the midfield stripe, just a little bit shy of it. A pickup of 3 yards on the play. Kevin Hedstrom will make the tackle. That was John Lilleberg with the reception. Check that.
John makes a nice recover after he's hit. Normally, the receiver would go down. He's going the wrong way. He's able to stop and turn around. Excellent football balance. Able to pick up another yard or 2.
The ball right on the 50-yard line. It's a big third down play, 3rd and 6, and Wacker will put it up. Excellent protection. He scrambles, and he has some running room. Wacker will have the first down and more down inside the 40-yard line before he goes out at the 39.
We just mentioned John Lilleberg. He was able to make a play that guaranteed the first down by making a block of a defender who was coming up on Wade Wacker. That's where your quarterbacks get hurt, is when they get those straight-on shots, as you well know, covering those Green Bay games. And he was able to protect his receiver, his quarterback. He wants to catch more passes.
Yeah, I think he does, too. He is the top receiver in this game and throughout the year. John Lilleberg, who has done a lot so far in this game to help that offense. The give. No, Wacker keeps it. Wacker with a good fake, and he'll pick up 6 yards on the carry. And he swings out on that keeper there, and he kind of looks like very quick. He has quick feet, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Very quick. And we saw that, of course, on that last scramble where he was in the tied up in the backfield. We're watching people enjoying the game. The crowd is growing here by the minute, and we're anticipating. We've seen terrific football, and if you're out there, come on in for tonight's game.
We've got the Class A game coming up at 5 o'clock, and then at 7:45, it's the big double-A tilt. Second down, inside handoff to Lundblad, and Lundblad is stopped. Doug Johnson closing down from his defensive end position in on the tackle. Also joining him there is Byron Bierge. That will bring up a third down situation, make it 3rd and 5.
What do you do? What do you expect to see now? What do you think Wade's going to call?
You want me to call this one?
I want you to call this one.
Okay, he's going to run an option out here to the far side. The long side of the field.
3rd and 4. Okay, that's safe. I think he's going to throw.
Something with an option. It'll either be a rollout or a straight drop back pass. And he hits his man, but it's short of the first down. He hit Mike Lloyd, but it will be at least a yard short of the first down.
Every football game has its key plays. And as you look back over the game, the course of the game, as Bud Grant used to say, and probably still does, 1 or 2 plays make the difference in a game. Here is a play that could make the difference, one coming up. We've got 4th and about 1.5. Key play, momentum on Jackson's side right now. They've got to make this first down to, of course, enable them to score.
It's a long yard, and Wacker keeps on the sneak, and Wacker has the first down.
You know, we're finding something out about this team and about that quarterback. If he's in doubt about something, he is going to call his own number and take control of it. Wade Wacker.
They're going to bring the chains out here anyway, but it seemed clear to me that he had the first down, at least from this vantage point. Well, he's a take charge kind of guy.
A lot of credit going on that play to Dale Lutz and Mark Roberts, Brian Michelson, guards and center for the Jackson offensive line.
It is the first down. The ball now on the 28-yard line.
See, we talk about the line.
That's right. We've got to mention those guys. 10 rushes, 10 carries for 50 yards for Wacker on the day, so he's averaging 5 yards a clip. Besides, he is really moving that offense up and down the field now for Jackson. 1st and 10, the ball on the 28. Wacker will air it out. All kinds of time. Looking long for Lindblad, and he has them. Touchdown. Make that John Lilleberg. I take that back. John Lilleberg was the man on the reception there. He got tangled up in the net, but he doesn't care because he was just on the receiving end of a 28-yard touchdown reception.
If everybody would have been silent during that time, you'd have heard this communication. Wade Wacker in his mind said, Lilleberg, do something. You watch him watch, and he's looking, he's watching him, says, get free, and all of a sudden Lilleberg puts on the burners right here. You can't see it. He heads for the end zone. He broke his pattern, broke free, saw that his quarterback was in trouble for the score.
And we just missed it. The extra point was blocked, and that could be a big extra point. With the score, 20-14 in favor of Jackson, will return right after this timeout. So Jackson takes the opening kickoff in the second half and drives 67 yards to take the lead. They missed the extra point, and here's the touchdown once again.
I wish we had a chance to watch Lilleberg. Excellent feat there.
There we see Lilleberg. He breaks open. It's a nice touchdown. Pass from Mr. Wacker to Mr. Lilleberg, and it's 20-14 in favor of Jackson. And now Jackson will kick it off. Back deep, Frank Burdick, and he's joined on his side by Tim Miller. They try to keep it away from Burdick, but Burdick will take the ball, bouncing on the 9. Burdick looking for the wedge. Burdick in trouble, but he fights his way out to the 21-yard line. He's taken down on the special teams by Jim Reed. A 13-yard kick return for Frank Burdick.
We talk about football again being the game of inches, and we have a player coming down for Jackson, number 64. He's turning in. He's going to make a tackle and almost gets clipped. It could have been a 15-yard penalty.
This was one of the nicest drives of the game for Jackson. 10 plays. They ate up almost 5 minutes on the clock. They went down 67 yards. Just an outstanding drive that time around for Jackson. Let's see what Mahnomen can do now. On first down, Agnew, and he's got a rifle. He tried to get it out to Kevin Hedstrom, but he could not hit his man.
I'd like to see an all-star game. The way Agnew's been throwing that ball on the money, I'd like to see Agnew and Lilleberg team up and see how they could do.
Boy, Agnew, he does put a little mustard on that, doesn't he?
He does.
He's 4 out of 10 for 59 yards. The stats don't really show how well he can throw the ball. And there we see Tyrone Wacker. He's won one state title before. He's after number 2 here. Burdick will cut it back to the inside, and Burdick picks up a couple of yards. He's tackled by Eric Ringquist.
There's an example of what Coach Wacker was talking about in making defensive adjustments. We saw much more fluid defense there by the Jackson Blue Jays on that particular play to string it out, make Burdick run a little bit further to the sideline, don't let him turn up the field, get good pursuit, able to stop what has been in the first half probably a 6-7 yard gain only to 2 yards.
It's third down, 7 yards to go. Kevin Hedstrom brought in the play from the sideline. Ken Bauman calling his own plays. It's a play action pass. Agnew with some time. He's rolling out, trying to sweep it out. Can't find his man. It was intended for Tim Miller, but Miller was covered like a blanket, and that will bring up a 4th down situation.
Unfortunate for Mark Agnew. On that time, his receivers kind of got tangled up a little bit with each other, and they lost the concept of what they were trying to accomplish with the pattern. And both of them got lost in the middle, and Mark Agnew was standing and looking at him. It just wasn't going to work. He did a nice job of being able to buy more time, almost made another play out of it.
Agnew will do the punting. Wacker is back deep for Jackson. 5:46 remaining in the third quarter. Agnew gets off a nice punt, a dandy punt, driving way back to the 45. Wacker takes it, and Wacker is tripped up. He takes it up to the 45-yard line, and there's timeout on the field with Jackson leading 20-14. Jackson will take over. They lead at 20-14 with 5:36 remaining. And the special teams have played very well here in this ball game, haven't they, Doug?
Yeah, they really have. And here's a case where a player doesn't have a chance to contribute, a sophomore maybe, like Brian Neeson just made a very, very fine, outstanding play in tackling Wade Wacker and saving could have been another 20 yards on the return and keeping them down into Jackson's own territory rather than starting beyond the 50-yard line.
Jackson will take over with the wishbone offense. The first time we've seen that today. Wade Wacker at quarterback. And he'll hand off to the second man through, and that's number 31, Jeff Brown. And Brown fights his way for 4. Maybe 5 yards, very close to the midfield stripe. Jesse McCollum and Byron Bierge in on the tackle.
I'm really intrigued about the way they use Bruce Johnson. They use him sparingly, but every time he gets the ball, he clips off another 10 yards.
He's kind of their secret weapon. There's your man, Bruce Johnson, up the middle. He picks up 4 or 5, very close to the first down. Taken down by Philip Bruner. Mr. Bruner's had himself a pretty good afternoon.
Yes, he really has.
Recovered a fumble. He's been in quite a few tackles. And they bring in their short yardage defense now.
Let's take a look at Burdick and Johnson here. 138 yards to 66 yards. Burdick, I think the big difference there was his 73-yard jaunt. If he hadn't have had that, they'd be very close in their average.
It's third down, 1 yard to go. From the wishbone, Jackson will go. Wacker with a long count. The second man through is Jeff Brown, and Brown will be very close to the first down. It depends on the spot here whether or not he got it. And they're going to call the chains in. Jason Spaeth, the linebacker, in on the tackle. They're going to bring the chains out. Spaeth's a big linebacker. He's 6'3", 225. Now, that's almost the size of a pro linebacker.
Yes, it is.
Remember, these are only high school kids.
That's right. Well, the difference between that size and a pro linebacker is that they're both the same size and might be fairly close to the same speed, but the pro linebackers have the ability to pick you up and twirl you around over your head.
That's the difference. And look at that, a first down by the nose of the football.